So a lot of times we keep coming back to what are the pros? And the pros are, one, we have already made so many amazing memories as a couple. To be able to take our family along and do that is amazing. We already know how amazing having the memory is and the experience. And then having our kids and knowing how much we love them and how much we want them to experience awesome things. We want to be able to give them those memories too, and have
take them along,
have the memories with them. And there's just, you get to go see so many places you would never have thought to go before. Mm-mm. And you have an extended period of time there. So it also is way different than a vacation, because you're in one place for an extended amount of time. You're learning that culture, even though it's still in the US, it's different, you know?
Very different.
So that aspect of making memories, there's another aspect kind of attached to that of like the kids having their like worldview expanded. It's almost educational because they're seeing more places and culture.
Very, very much so. That is firsthand experience that we're able to give to our kids. And the only other way that they would get that would be like reading a book, and that would be secondhand. Mm-hmm. And so it's just really cool that we're able to do that. Like Reagan's already been to, I would say, about 5 national parks, and we traveled 2 contracts with her, 6 months. Mm-hmm. And not just national parks. I know we bring that up because that's our favorite. Mm-hmm. But we've been to different cities in Texas and near Kansas and southern Missouri. We've been able to go do different events, see family that we have in different areas, and spend time with them who they also have kids. So our kids got to play.
Yeah.
It's just amazing when you can look back on like 1 year of travel and you think about what you've done.
Right.
And then now you get to bring your family, your kids with you in that experience. Oh, it's life-changing.
Yeah. And then another huge aspect for us is because travel can be so lucrative. Essentially, you're buying yourself more time with your kids and your family. And that's one of our biggest goals, I would say, out of life, is to be able to have autonomy over our time. And so when we're back home, you know, we might still work now, but there are ways, you know, you can mold and shape things to maybe get yourself to the point where you're working 3 contracts and then you take 3 months off for the year. And honestly, Ryan is working now. I'm at home. We've worked 2 contracts this year. So essentially Ryan's working this whole year and I'm working half the year. That's buying me 6 months. But also we've taken off a substantial amount of time between contracts because we wanted to, or because it hit at Christmas or something. And that's just kind of built into the travel lifestyle. You don't always have to take that time off in between contracts. There's usually you're able to butt it right up next to each other, but we wanted that time off. We wanted to enjoy the holidays. And that is a huge amount of time that we kind of forget that we have taken off and don't account for. But truly, you've taken off 1.5, 2 months.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
a year.
If I was working a permanent job here in Missouri, you know, I would get 2 weeks of paid vacation maybe. Mm-hmm. And that's about it. I couldn't take that all at once, most likely, depending on where I work. And so the fact that I can, with travel, since you earn so much more, you're going to make 1.5 to 2 times as much as my salary I would working permanent. So just simple math. If you make double, you work half the year, you've made your year's salary, and you can take off 6 months. That's pretty amazing. And so as a family, to bring it back to the family part, we like to spend that time with our family, whether it's making a trip, whether it's expanding our holidays where we're just a week off around Christmas or Thanksgiving to return home if we're away. I don't know. I think that's just really valuable.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is, I think, the other major perk that we keep coming back to. Why travel with a family? Because it's buying us our time back with our kids and with our extended family. And that's like priceless.
Yep. Everything is an exchange of time or life. And so every time you clock in for work, you're exchanging a little bit of your lifetime for money. And so if we can make that more efficient and then get to spend our lifetime doing something we want to do with our family, then that's our goal.
Yeah. So I think in summary for why travel as a family or why try it even is just because that whole theme of buying back your time and molding life how you want it. That really is a big theme for us is mold life into what you want. You don't have to take the conventional route. It might be scarier. There might be more questions, but they're worth looking into. And that's why we want to have this podcast and talk about traveling with a family, because we're trying to figure it out with not very many examples. And we know there's got to be other people out there who want to do it, especially with the boom of online work and spouses potentially having online work too. So that's what we would just encourage anybody who's thinking about it is go ahead and think through it. Take on the hard questions, try to come up with a solution. And then part of it is just trying it. And travel healthcare is a great way to just try something because like Ryan said, it's a 13-week stint of time. And if it does not work for your family, you can change a couple things or you can just come right back to normal life. So,
Yep. Very well said.
So I think that wraps up why we do it.
Yeah. What we're doing is definitely not conventional.
No.
And so we're taking it slow, course correcting along the way, and hopefully we can be of some benefit to you guys.